Right here, it looks like I see that we're outnumbered. I figure I can try to take out a couple of people or get them really low as my teammates clean up the kills by dropping an ultimate. So my team wipes out, and it's left me fighting. Looks like four sorts right now. I know how they move. I know the helicopter. All I have to do is avoid the knockdown. I kind of dance around them, try my best to stay alive. I get a very good knockdown here and try to capitalize on it as my teammates rush back out to pretty much help me. It looks like gonna have a good duel. I start out with Solar Flare, which is kind of bad on a Valk since they've always got front guard. I quickly switch over into a grab, but after ground smash, which I apply for a poison DOT, I screwed up and left myself open. I eat as much of his combo as possible. I go for Merciless, miss it completely. It's pretty useless against shield classes frontal guard. I tried to dance around him, get as much damage in as possible, but he heals up, which kind of screws me over. Um, just trying to get as much damage as possible, and I miss my ground smash. That's due to an accuracy issue on my Kudum shield. I quickly switch focus on it, and from just the CC, since it's a grab off, I go from switching as much damage and depending on the grab to adding damage with spinning Slash of the Dead from behind by jumping over him and getting as much damage in between before he turns around. So as I do that, we kind of run into a stalemate, and he closes the deal with a knockdown CC, which inevitably finishes the duel. So during the node war, I tried to make a separate push by myself up the up to the outpost, cause a distraction, get some people to focus fire me. Proved pretty well. I ran into a Sork on the cliff. He end up getting into a big fight here. I try to survive as I'm waiting for backup to come up the hill and ultimately wipe them out. But I only have a little bit of help as I'm pushing around. After my teammate falls down, and we're pretty much screwed from there. I try to stay alive as long as possible using uh, Tempest for the most part. The HP regeneration on it is insane. It'll keep you alive in outnumbered fights for the longest. You just have to pretty much depend on your mobility to stay alive. So after pulling everyone away from the mountain, hopefully looking for a push, I finally get trapped, and I try to drop an ultimate in a big group, but failed to get it off, causing me to inevitably die. So in this video, it looks like some of our members were getting ganked while doing scrolls by an enemy guild. So I rushed over to help. It turns out to be pretty much all awakened classes there, excluding one tamer. So already knowing that the fight is going to be hard as is, tend to push in and apply as much pressure as possible to keep them on their back leg. While applying pressure, I realize that there's a multitude of rangers, so I try to stay on them the most. Try to keep them in a knockdown state so that the Sork with me and the other ranger can kind of clean them up as they're knocked down. Once we start to get control of the situation and they lose organization, it starts to become harder for them. Pretty much I'm just using my super armor and blocks to keep their focus. So while the fight continues, I did die, finally got taken down to the spawn, and they start to push us. I'm trying to keep constant pressure on the Rangers here, as well as the Tamer. Now the reason why is that the Rangers can deal massive damage from a distance, and they can also get up close and deal crazy damage as well. So by locking down one Ranger, I've taken out a huge portion of their DPS, and as we split up, one of my teammates calls out for help. Look back over, see that he's getting jumped, so I drop an ultimate right on top of him, clean up 2 kills, and start working on the third one. the tamer takes off running, I try to catch him with mobility using deep thrust and sword and shield. Unfortunately, I'm not able to catch him. Eventually, I just let him go. As the other classes are respawning and pushing back out, we have more people showing up, so it's starting to become more of an even numbered fight, even though they have been on the losing side most of the fight. Um, they slowly start to run away, and the fight disappears into nothingness, I should say.